Welcome to another episode of Talking Nerdy in the Bedroom with KJ.
And Roger.
I know, it's weird. I was trying to think. I thought you were first, but no, you're not. It's Corey, KJ, Roger, Mike. But we got no Corey, no Mike today. We may get a special appearance from the dog if he walks in camera because you don't care about him. I don't care about him, unlike Corey. So he might be our little guest spot. But yeah, no Mike and Corey this week, but Roger and I wanted to get together, talk about Superman, because we just watched it. It's why we didn't have the episode last week. We all went to the theater. I went Thursday with everybody. Roger went on Saturday. Did you go to the 6:30?
Yep.
So we ended up, I went again and took Kayla's youngest and her oldest, and we went at 6:45, which is to another Auditorium 7.
Yep.
And we get there, the music or the sound's working, no picture. So we have to go. I went and told them, and then 10 minutes goes by and we still don't have anything. Then they finally started doing something, and then we had no audio or visual. So then we sat for another 10 minutes, and then finally we got it. And then you saw them basically skipping all the advertisements and previews and just getting to the movie because they were already behind. They had another showing later that night because, yeah, Superman's been a big movie.
It is. It's like the most popular DC movie in history right now.
I think so, yeah. I think it had one of the biggest openings, although I think Batman v Superman was bigger. It just had a hefty drop-off after week one, and this one hasn't had that, or it doesn't appear like it's going to have that.
Well, spoiler alert, this is because this is actually a good movie.
It is a good movie, yeah. I want to talk about a lot of stuff about this movie, because I enjoyed it, but the first thing I want to say, which I've heard a lot of people say, and it was my first impression when it came out, I had fun.
Me too.
I haven't had that much fun in, a movie in years of, enjoying a movie, enjoying the fun of it, and I feel like James Gunn does a really good job of that. Guardians 1, and I know you're not big on Guardians,
No,
right?
I didn't really care for them, to be honest.
But Guardians 1 to me was a lot of fun with all those characters. When you got to get everybody together from the Guardians crew, and especially with Rocket and Groot's relationship, and then you add in everybody else. I had a lot of fun with that movie. I didn't come out super oh my god, this is a lot of fun, but I went, yeah, that was fun. This movie though, I came out of it going, wow, it was a lot of fun. Just everything about it, not to mention the colors.
Very bright,
very hopeful, very, I don't know, it's not the same DC where everything's dark and dank and everything else.
No, it's how Superman should be. It's
very
he is
comic-y.
the symbol of hope.
Yes. And it's just good.
The surprise standout was Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific was very good. You know, I'm an idiot about Mr. Terrific for I watched the movie twice. Didn't put it together that he had a T on his face. I did not. I just thought it was a mask covering his face.
That's the T mask. It blocks. It hides him from electrical signals.
Oh, maybe. But my point was, I saw it twice. It was just it's just a mask. And then her oldest daughter was like, "Oh, you mean the guy with the T on his face?" And I went, "Oh, that was a T."
Just shit, I'm stupid.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. I went, oh, I'm fucking dumb, and I'm a nerd. I should know these things, but no.
Nathan Fillion killed it as Guy Gardner.
He did. I'm glad that he didn't have a huge role in the movie, though.
No, I think he's going to have a spin-off.
Yeah, well, they have the TV show or movie Lanterns that's supposed to be out, and I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be in it. And he plays a really good Guy Gardner who is an asshole.
Well, Guy Gardner is an asshole.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It fit perfectly. This terrible haircut, the line about the haircut, the haircut should be illegal. And then when he's over in that other place and he's flipping all the tanks, and his middle finger's coming up.
Or just deciding to have Mr. Elemental join because he likes the name.
Just because of the name. Yeah.
So good.
Such a good line. There's so many of them that it's weird because the only people that don't really get enough screen time that I'm interested in is probably the people from the Daily Planet. I'm more, besides for Jimmy Olsen, who is great, I'm very interested in Perry. One, I love that actor who plays him. The Wire, Suits, everything else. He was in Marvel as well.
I think he played his role perfectly, though.
I agree.
I don't think
I want more. If they do a spin-off, which I've heard they might be doing, of Jimmy Olsen, of a TV show, and you get to see more Perry, awesome. I'm on board for that. I didn't really care about the hot chick girl in the thing.
Do anything.
She did nothing, but at least the other guy from SNL had a couple funny lines, especially when they were in the ship. Why don't I get a seat? Things like that. But they were little stuff that really didn't add anything to the movie, but a little line here and there can do that, where you're like, it's fine, didn't really need to be there, but I laughed.
Oh yeah, it was a good choice of just about every casting role, really.
Yeah, and I was surprised that I liked Mom and Pa Kent as much as I did. I really like the actor who plays Pa Kent, and I can't remember his name.
Me either. I was thinking
he's in
that too.
so much stuff.
I think this might be one of his like last roles because he is old.
Oh, he's definitely old.
Capital.
He also has the
old.
eye stigma thing, I'm pretty sure, where one of his eyes shakes, if I'm thinking of the same actor. But he did a very good job as Pa Kent, especially when Superman came there and
Yeah,
they were
for
talking.
only having 10 minutes of screen
they made
time
it
total,
work. Like, that's hard to do.
He was so sympathetic and caring.
And the mom, fucking, when she's on the phone and she's like holding her hands on the table, talking into the phone. Oh my God. It just felt like every grandma. Yeah. It was so funny. Just the fact that they were able to hit that stuff and the scenes with Lois was great in this. I didn't know how well, I can't remember his name now, but the guy who played Jimmy Olsen, how well he was going to be. And he was actually an integral part of the movie, which I was not expecting. The guy that played Superman, I have no complaints. I wasn't sure what to expect because he was a bit of an unknown when he got cast. He was in a few things, but never had like a major starring role where he's the lead actor.
Giving the role of Lex Luthor to the man who tried out for Superman and was the first cancellation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, not to mention Nicholas Hoult. I've seen him in some stuff
actor.
He's been mediocre in, and then I've seen stuff in him that I'm like, oh, geez, I really like this. And this was one of the ones, the way that he was able to play Lex as such a, what's the right word that I want to use? He was, the jealousy behind him showed in every single scene, and especially when he talks about, like, I didn't try to kill you to start a war or something. Like, I started all of this just so I could get you. Oh,
of course I'm jealous. Of course like that monologue at the end.
It's so good.
The admission of just how much he hates him.
Yeah. And then, like, I heard some people that didn't like the dog scene at the end where then he grabbed, because they're having that good back and forth and then the dog just wrecks him. I was fine with it. It was very reminiscent to me of like Hulk with Loki, where Loki's talking. They do all that scene where everybody's talking and then Hulk comes and just starts smashing him around and everybody loses their mind laughing. Like, it reminded me of that, but I don't think it took away from the seriousness of their conversation.
It gave a reason for Krypto to exist.
Yeah, and then I mean, there was already reasons before that. He was probably the biggest comic relief of the movie without being too overused, which I thought was going to be a problem. Like, I remember anytime movies or video games introduce a new mechanic or new character, sometimes that's all they want to do. Like, Hangover, I love the first one. Second one is a repeat of the first one, but the third one, they just focus on Alan and Mr. It's Ken Jeong, his character. I can't remember his name now. And the movie was awful. It was bad. You're focused on people that should be a little tiny bit of the movie. And video games, you look at Batman, Arkham Knight. Yes, that's the third one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Arkham Knight, where they introduce a Batmobile, and it just feels like it's thrown in there, and it really, it's not that integral of it. They just wanted to have it in there to say, hey, look, we put in the Batmobile. And I was thinking when they said they're going to put in Krypto, is he going to be like a too big a part of this movie? Is he going to matter? Are they just using him as a plot device? Which I didn't feel they were. And they were also introducing Supergirl with it, which I thought was perfect.
The dynamic between Krypto and Supergirl, perfect, spoiled, dumb, out of control dog
with
an overly loving, spoiling child.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
It is. I'm very much looking forward to the Supergirl, which will be out, I think it's next year, and they already released the poster that's like the Superman that says like look up, but look is or up is crossed out and it says like watch out or look out or something like that. But something very simple, and I thought it was really well done. It was a nice little cameo at the end that they didn't save for an after credit scene. There were a couple of those, but they meant nothing.
Yeah, there's just little things like sitting on the moon, and then him and Mr. Terrific looking at the building that had separated, that then he put back together, and he's like, oh, there's still a crack there, and Terrific's like, dude, I just put this back together. Like, yeah, of course, nothing's gonna be perfect, but that's better than what we had where the world was gonna end.
but they weren't anything. They were little funny things. James Gunn talked about that, about them not wanting to do anything within like any type of post-credit scene that
would create
they
like
don't
a universe
pay off.
or whatever.
Yeah, that they don't pay off, because there's so many things Marvel has done where they've done these after credit scenes that don't pay off, like Blade, or for years the God, what is it called? The person that was in the ocean.
Namor?
No. The big giant celestial that was in the ocean that we didn't see again until Brave New World. It was in Eternals where they killed it and then it falls into the ocean and it just sits there. Good. It's not good.
You're talking to a guy who doesn't like Marvel.
That's fair. You go see it with us, though, so that's nice of you.
Yes. I liked Thunderbolts. I liked Superman a hell of a lot more than Thunderbolts.
Yeah, so did I, but I did like Thunderbolts way more than I thought I would.
Like I said, I still stick on my 8 on Thunderbolts. Yeah. It's a movie I will watch again.
Yeah, I wouldn't have an issue watching that movie again. Like, it wouldn't twist my arms.
Superman's like an 8.8, 8.9.
Yeah, I gave it 8.59. Like, I was in that range just because I had so much. I saw it again a couple days after seeing it the first time, and I didn't have any issues with seeing it again. Like, I
have one small gripe, and that's the parents' like message, the second half of their message being changed.
I didn't mind that, like, because
I understand it's part of the narrative, and they have to find a way to have some sort of controversy for Superman, make him be whatever. But they could have added literally anything in there and be like, oh, we're sending Hero to go bang every woman on the fucking planet.
Sure, but I just liked his internal struggle, because when you listen to the first half of that message, it sounds so hopeful, so like, go be their champion, go help save.
They could have done the
second half changes that, which I just thought was interesting.
It could have been like
Omni-Man
almost. They could have had it like a message like Omni-Man, who tries to be the hero, who pretends to be the hero,
right?
But have that message be like, hey, do the Omni-Man thing, pretend, assimilate into society, be the hero everybody wants, but in truth, you're trying to lord over them.
Oh, you think that message should have been changed a little bit rather than them just saying rule them with an iron fist and bang everybody you want to get more lineage? Okay, that I agree with. Like, they could have done that, but I still like the interesting dynamic of him trying to figure out, like, I have spent 30-something years of my life listening to this, trying to follow Mom Pa Kent's teachings that seem to be in line with what Jor-El and his mom said, and then the only to hear the other part is great. So good with him as a kid and with all Mom Pa Kent. I was wondering when Gary was talking about, which, by the way, the robots, very funny. Was not expecting that either. But it was one of those things where he says, like, oh, he likes when his parents talk, which he said 2 times before this.
Yeah.
And then it becomes Mom Pa Kent, and you're just like, oh, that's a really good ending. Especially after because it was right before that, we did the Supergirl.
Yeah.
Right, so you get that laughter, and then you get the feel-good moment to end the movie. Like, it's so well done. It's one of the reasons why I had faith in James Gunn, just because I know you didn't, but I loved Guardians 1 and Guardians 3 are fantastic. Guardians 2, to me, is less, but Guardians 3 is so good to make me care about a raccoon, and Guardians 1, just putting everything together, is so good, and I just felt like they did with Superman. They had so many people in this movie.
Can I just say thank you for not rehashing the origin story for the 90,000th
So the only thing that I'll say about that, I'm glad they didn't either, because we are nerds. We know it. For people that don't, that is a lot to take in. Of, like, let's say you have no basis of anything. You're just like, it's a Superman movie. I kind of know that he's like a superhero and he's all powerful. Let's go into it. They do not skip a beat. They immediately throw you into it, and he's gotten his ass kicked. Which, by the way, love that too. Love that Lex spent years or months or whatever it was, literally
his lifetime,
watching
it looks
everything.
Like.
Well, not his lifetime, because they said 3 years ago Superman announced himself to the world, so it's only been within a 3-year time span.
But Lex is that petty enough that if he loses once, he's going to spend his entire life.
Oh yes, and you know that he's already clashed with Lex before, but they don't tell you about it, which I also liked. Like, I love that. You love that. I'm sure that might be a detraction from this movie from some people who don't know this stuff.
My kids had no idea about it, but they
were
loved
fine.
It.
That's good.
I mean,
I thought there was plenty more.
You also get, like, shades of his past through the entire movie.
I agree with you, but not you don't get which again I don't think we need, but you don't get the crashing, you don't get the growing up with Mom, Pa, Kent, but you do get that at the end to kind of see some of his childhood. You don't get the lessons instilled in him. You don't get him learning all of his powers and to fly. But I agree that we didn't really need that. Like, this movie to me showed that you don't have to always do that origin story.
No, I mean,
it all depends on the character, though. Like, there are some that are so obscure, you probably do. But, I mean, even Guardians of the Galaxy, they didn't really introduce Peter Quill, Rocket, Groot, Gamora, Drax. They just, boom, here we are. And then eventually they became the Guardians, so this is the origins of how they became Guardians of the Galaxy, but you don't get their origins, besides for a little dialogue here and there and some exposition. And yeah, it was such an interesting way to do it that I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. Again, for me, it worked. Mm-hmm. And via how it's doing at the box office, it's doing really well. I am curious, like...
Where do they go from here?
Yeah, and because they have a lot of other things coming in the pipeline. Peacemaker Season 2 is going to be out soon.
I like the little cameo to John Cena.
Yes,
Peacemaker
love that too. They had tons of cameos in this movie. Even like when they're in the Pocket Universe and like some of the characters that they showed there that were in the cells. I love that Lex was so petty for putting girlfriends in there. Hilarious to me. Just so many things that this movie did really well. And I thought the pacing of the movie, besides for the beginning, because the beginning just throws you in the deep end, which, again, I'm fine with because I can deal with that, but I'm sure potentially some younger audiences and some older audiences, like, that's a bit jarring. You're immediately thrown in. Because he's already gotten his ass kicked.
He's been in the cultural zeitgeist for almost 100 years.
Yeah. Do you consider it the cultural one when it's just the comic?
Yeah. He was the biggest selling comic for like 30 years.
All right. So, yeah. So, I agree with you.
We're at the point in life where literally every American knows Superman.
Should, yeah. Definitely should. Or at least has the ability to... heard the name that might not know anything
and
about.
Like my kid's generation, you know, your girl's kid's generation is the generation that's going to be everybody knows Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he only been around for 3 generations at that point.
At that point, yeah. Yeah, I guess. But I still... There is something to me. If you can do a good origin story, I like it, but I agree. Some of them have just been done over and over and over and over.
Every fucking Spider-Man.
Not true. Homecoming didn't. Or, like, MCUs didn't. Like, they did it with Tobey Maguire. They did it with Andrew Garfield. They didn't do it with Tom Holland. He just was introduced in Civil War, and then they did the movie Homecoming. They don't do his origins. Because, again, I think that they were like, we've done it. We've done it 2 other fucking times. He's already Spider-Man. He's already been bit. Let's move on. So I like that they didn't do that with him. But, like, you say that, but then I think don't you like Into the Spider-Verse?
I do. I love Into the Spider-Verse.
That's an origin story. Granted, it's Miles Morales.
It's a different Spider-Man.
Different take, yeah. Although you do hear all their other takes, like all the 1,000 other Spider-Mans.
Hey, that Indian Spider-Man is still fucking cool. I'd watch a movie or show about him.
Well, they're doing the noir one with Nicolas Cage, which is gonna be. God, I just want it to be funny. Like, I don't know how serious they're going to take it. They shouldn't take it that seriously because even though he has serious moments in the movie, he's comic relief in that. Like, with everything with the Rubik's Cube and...
If they can just keep him... Just let Nick Cage be Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I will love it. Let him overact every scene, please.
I just don't... I feel like they should have kept it animated, although I know that takes a while to animate, especially to make it look that good. It's one of the reasons why we're not getting the other movie
till next year,
till like 2026 or 2027. Like, it's just, which sucks because we were supposed to have it, I think, last year, and then we were supposed to have it this year.
I'm happy they're not putting him through time crunch.
I agree too.
Those are
because the first 2 like are 9s or 10s for me. Like
100% 10s for me.
Like, they're so good.
The best Spider-Man.
The first one is a 10 for me. The second one is a little bit less just because of the cliffhanger spot ending thing.
It'll go back to a 10 as soon as the third one comes up.
Yes, as long as they stick the landing on the third, and then you could technically watch all three in a sitting or one after the other. Yes. Right now, though, because of that and the way the pacing went at the end, I didn't really like it. However, I just rewatched it with her kids. I liked it better, and this is like my fourth time watching it. But the first, I watched it once in theaters. I watched it once right when it came out on whatever,
streaming
and then
services or what have you.
Or when I bought it, and then I bought it. I watched it once again with somebody, but I haven't watched it in like a year plus or whatever. And then I just rewatched it right after watching the first one. I'm just like, damn, this thing has so many things that are so good, and the intertwining stories between the first movie and the second movie and how they're interconnect them, love it. Which I know that's Marvel, and this is DC. If DC can do something like that with their stories, like Marvel did in the beginning, intertwine things and make it to this epic type of moment with the Avengers, if they're able to do the Justice League, or if they're able to do...
Sorry, it's the Justice Gang.
I know, my bad. If they're able to do something like that with interweaving stories, with the stakes getting raised so much, I think they have a chance to do something. My issue is, I don't know... I don't think oversaturation is a thing. I really don't. I just think it's about the stories. If you can tell a good story, people are going to go watch it.
I don't agree with that. I think oversaturation is a thing, because no offense, nobody's going to watch a Hawk Girl movie.
It depends. I agree with you in a sense.
If it's just a solo Hawk Girl film,
I think it would be a TV show on HBO. But I agree with you just because, like, Thunderbolts, great movie. Not that many people went and saw it. Because, one, it didn't have that name appeal, and two, we had a lot of bad movies the last few times, or bad TV shows, or whatever. Although we were coming off of Daredevil, which was great, and then into Thunderbolts. So I'm not sure... Like, I agree with you. I don't think people are going to see it. But they're doing the Clayface movie.
But Clayface is cool.
Some people might think Hawk Girl is cool.
I understand that.
Great actress playing her, though.
Very much so.
She plays Dina in Last of Us. She's great in it. I don't know if I like her hawk call thing, war cry, whatever you want to call it.
Screeching.
Yeah, not a fan of that. It also didn't look like she was that powerful, because like she went the one time where she hit the kaiju in the head with the thing, it didn't move, it didn't phase it at all.
It just bounced off, and
she like came down on his head, hit it with the thing, and then flew off, and it was just like, fly hit me type of thing. Like she didn't see that powerful to me against that. I know she helped with other things. And then obviously helped against real people in the end. But there was just I just liked her character. I didn't like her power.
She
thing.
seemed to be. I liked her playing the straight man of the Justice Gang, essentially.
Yeah, I loved her with Nathan Fillion, and like, we didn't agree to that name, and we didn't call it that. It's funny too, because that's a bit that a lot of other things have used, where they come up with names and that's not what we're gonna do, and like God damn it, what were we just talking about? Thunderbolts just did that similarly with like him calling themselves the New Avengers, but with
a Z.
Yeah. So like, but I felt like it really worked with their character dynamic, and then I really loved the bringing in the other guy just because he liked the name.
See, if they could do a movie like for Justice League, for example, just bringing him in pairs or trios, because Justice League is huge.
Yep.
I mean, realistically speaking, there's like 1,000 fucking members. And I don't think anybody's going to have Sir Justin the Knight and Vigilante or Wildcat have their own stars.
No.
But if you can clump them together, maybe you have something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's what the MCU did too. Like, they obviously the first one was Iron Man, and then you got the first few Avengers, but then Black Widow just got introduced in in Avengers. Hulk had his own movie, but then got recast and then was kind of reintroduced in Avengers. So they didn't. Hawkeye was in the Avengers. So they didn't.
To be fair, Hawkeye is kind of fucking lame.
Sure, although I think Clint Barton's character that Jeremy Renner plays, I think he's fine, especially in Ultron. I think he's a lot better in Ultron than he is in the first one. Because
I see you're one of those people that have the Jeremy Renner app on your phone, so you can get his personal Facebook things.
Yes, I want it now. But no, it's just I like that he is the more human one out of all of them, where there are real stakes because he has a family. Compared to everybody else who was like a god or a tech billionaire or had no family or yada yada. Like I liked that part of it. But I agree, as a character, did dick all. Although, great TV show. The Hawkeye TV show that's on Disney Plus, way better than it should be. It introduces Haley Steinfeld's character with the arrow. I can't remember her name now. But it's
never seen it.
It's good. It's way better than it should be as a Disney TV show.
That's fair.
And I'm just... So back to DC. If they can intermingle things and, yes, introduce characters here and there. There was a lot of characters introduced in this movie, though. Like, I feel like it will detract from some, but I like that they're like, we expect you guys to know this lore. At this point, like, you guys have wanted us to start a new universe because the other one sucked. Okay, we're going to start, but here's where we're starting. You guys should already know this shit.
I appreciate that they used people like Guy Gardner, who is a tertiary Green Lantern. He's the backup to a backup.
Yes. And technically only learns about him through not a dream sequence, but when he talks to somebody and they say what happens if the other person would have been closer, and they kind of go through all of that, and then after he goes to that whole comic series, he then tells them, or goes and finds Guy Gardner, and then Guy Gardner eventually gets his own shot to be the Green Lantern too.
And he's actually he's completely different than he is now, because comic lore is he's a straight shooter, like Boy Scouty type character, then gets into a car accident that completely changes his personality to be the Guy Gardner we now know and love.
Yes. So I'll be interested to see what they do with the lanterns thing. I really liked it. I thought they showed his powers really well, especially fighting the kaiju and like putting the mask on his face, but holding on to it.
Putting the muzzle,
still is able
the
to
giant baseball bat.
Yeah. Even just like blocking out the windows when everything happened with Clark, and seeing Clark and him go face to face at that one point, and I really like that because again, they're good guys, but it's also egos and who is the best.
And Guy 100% thinks he can take him, even though he stands absolutely no chance.
Right. Yes. And I liked, Terrific. You mentioned it, stole the movie.
Yeah, the actor who portrayed him was fantastic.
It took me a while to remember where I knew him from. Did you ever watch House?
Yes.
So he's in House. He's the Mormon in House season 4 or 5, whatever it is, where he gets the whole new team with like 60 of them and then slowly eliminates them week by week. He's the Mormon guy in that. I was like, that's why I know him.
I know where I've seen him from. I just have to look him up on IMDb.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of other things. And they don't even mention House when they talk about it. It's just the first thing that came to my mind about that actor. And yeah, the way that he was able to steal as many scenes as he was because they first introduced it with the Justice Gang, and he does some things, and it's fine.
And then I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah, it's such a good line. And just the scene with him and Lois, where they arrive to try to find the Pocket Universe, and then he just starts dominating all those people, was such a good scene for him to really, like, show his prowess, show what he can do. And then he was still very funny too, especially with everything with the dog eating his little
T-spheres.
Yes. But yeah, he sold a movie besides for Lois and besides for Clark. Like, to me, Mr. Terrific stole that movie. I forgot Lex. So besides for the 3 main ones that should be the main ones, yeah, Mr. Terrific stole it. Although I can't think of a better Lex other than Michael Rosenbaum, or how you say his last name, from Smallville. Like,
I mean, he's good, but Nick just made the most petty human being on the planet.
I agree with you when he did it within like 2 hours, rather than one of the reasons I liked Michael Rosenbaum's is because you got to see the development of that Lex, of being friends with Superman, which is also an interesting take because that was never what it was before. But you get to see him be friends with Lex, and then that develop into jealousy and hatred and everything else. So I liked that part of it, and just yeah, his ability to be so petty was such,
iconic cinema.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you're just like, villains are supposed to be bad and bad people, but I don't know if I've ever had like one that owns the pettiness. Like everybody else goes, I'm not petty, you don't understand, I'm doing this for the greater good. He's like, no, I'm fucking jealous, I don't like you, you're doing all this stuff, and there's so many things that are just, yeah, he just did the character very well.
I'm just so accustomed to having the deep voice Lex Luthor from all the animated series that he threw me off a little bit at first, but his acting stole it for me. Like even just
immediately, even when he's talking to the engineer and tells her like, your ego isn't going to screw us up, come back, we're going to need more people to go there. That took his intelligence, that took everything else, where the fighting Superman was all brain not brawn type of thing. Like everything was mapped out and done.
Am I the only one that thought it was going to be Bizarro?
Are you talking about Ultraman? I kind of, so when they walked through the Fortress of Solitude, that's when I expected it to be the clone.
Because Bizarro is just the same as Superman, just from an alternate universe. But I thought that would have been a funny take.
Yeah. I also, there's so many movies out there. Like this worked but didn't work. It worked great for the story because you have a clone, and because we've already set up that their technology is so far advanced of like what we have in the real world,
or at least Lex Luthor's is,
right? Or the superheroes are, because obviously like Mr. Terrific's tech is way different than anybody else's normal tech.
Which why he wouldn't just fucking patent that and give it to everybody on the planet.
That's a whole other thing. What were we talking about?
Clone.
Right. So there's so many movies and TV shows that do that where you have to fight yourself in the clone. This worked. It wasn't the best thing like that they could have done, but I thought it was fine. I liked how he went out too, like breaking his own or popping his own arm out of the socket, hitting into the bus that then got into the black hole. I liked that part of it. I actually really liked the scene where he's in all the what did they call it? Like it's lava, but it's blocks. Yeah. So it's like ripping you out of existence, and he's holding the baby up and just fighting the regular guys. And getting his ass kicked because he was in the thing. Like really like that part of it too.
I like how they still, even at that point, show he's not willing to kill any of them. He shows them all unharmed. Like
what did I just watch? I watched a bunch of comparisons. And I still like Man of Steel. I do. I don't care. I like Man of Steel. Is it a great Superman movie? No.
Is it a good superhero movie?
Yes, absolutely it was. But they pay such careful attention, which is done by design, on him not destroying shit. So like them holding up the kaiju so it doesn't fall into a building, protecting a squirrel, grabbing all these random people out of the way, things like that, to show like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And even like I wanted to try to find a way to fly the kaiju out of here and either put him in prison or figure out some things we could like
to study it. It's a life form. It deserves to live.
Right. I love that part of it because that's the Superman that I grew up on too. Like everything mattered. Even the like villains. Like you're not gonna go kill the villains. Even though he kind of killed Ultraman, but
my big concern at the start of this movie was, how is Lex going to compete with Superman?
Oh, they did a great job with that. And it's also like, so I look at Henry Cavill in Man of Steel and things, and it's invincible. Like besides for fighting Zod, who can match him strength for strength, that's it. Like there's nothing else out there besides for Kryptonite. But that's it. And if you can't always go to that. That's what I was expecting
was like the ass pull Kryptonite, and it's just going to be a fist fight between Clark Kent and Lex Luthor, not Superman.
Right. Which I'm glad they didn't do. And I'm glad that, so they use that engineer to kind of, and Superman bled. Superman broke bones. Superman did a bunch of things, showing that he's human-ish, but gets healed by the sun and all these things.
He's not completely indestructible.
Correct.
I guess he can take a
ass whooping and a half.
Yes.
But it's going to take an act of God to fully kill him.
Right. And I really like that it's really hard to show Superman as vulnerable because of the fact that he isn't, like it's very hard to care about somebody that could just stand there and everybody could do their worst and he's just going to walk out the other side. And I thought they did a great job of that, especially in the beginning. That's one of the reasons I really like the beginning. They already showed you he got his ass kicked. Then the dog has to pull him in because he can't do it himself because he's that beat up. Gets back to like 83% of his health, and then goes back out to fight again. Gets his ass kicked again.
And keeps going.
Or tried to keep going, but then the thing flew off, and then he couldn't really get up. But just showing that vulnerability just already set it aside from Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and then they only used kryptonite once in this movie, which I liked.
I liked that they thought outside the box
for how to get kryptonite.
Well, the fight with the engineer, how could that beat Superman?
Right.
Suffocate him.
Yep.
Everybody got to breathe.
My only issue with that is so when she became unconscious, is that when the nanobot stopped working?
That was my guess too.
Because otherwise, it didn't make fucking sense at all.
Because realistically, he could. If that's the case, he could have pulled it all out at any given time.
Correct, and it looked like that's what he was trying to do, but they just kept going in. So if he knocked her unconscious and then those nanobots stopped working or stopped listening to her,
it's not stopped working. I think they lost like their cohesion in their source. It's like the radio signal died.
Sure, and if that's the case, great. But that was my only gripe towards that fight because I went, the fuck? Why couldn't he just do this before? And if it's because she's unconscious, okay. And didn't even kill her either. I like that how they said that too. She's still alive, yada yada. And again, those little things that
and how she walks through all the robots without a fucking care in the world, showing that she's still a threat.
And also Lex walking through knowing that she's going to defeat the robots and knows throwing those things he doesn't have to worry because he basically created her and knows the things that she can do.
Perfect calm and confidence. That scene must have been a bitch to film.
Yeah, I'm sure some of it was CGI.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I will say the CGI in this movie looked really good.
It did.
Like I'm very surprised.
It looked better than the CGI in most Marvel movies.
Most, yes. All no, but definitely a lot of them, especially towards like the tail end where they're just like,
it's going to make money, fuck it.
Yes, we don't really need it to look that good. Like Thor Love and Thunder has some of the worst CGI. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania looks real bad. And it just, I don't know. But this movie looked real good.
It did.
A lot of people didn't like the fisheye lens, like when he's flying a couple times. I didn't mind it, especially because it looked different. I will say he looks weird, but yeah, it's a fisheye. He's supposed to. It's trying to give you that angle of it.
It's trying to give you the perspective of him just traveling at hyperspeed. How light's bending around
Although
him.
when he's talking to Guy Gardner, once he finds out about his parents, and then he's like, how'd they find the tape? And he fucking flies back to the Fortress of Solitude. Love that scene. Like, it's only like a 10-second scene of him flying, but you just see how determined he is and how quick he is, and flying through all the different like weather and atmosphere that he's going through to get back to where the Fortress of Solitude is. Really like that.
I do have to say I liked Henry Cavill's flying better than...
Yeah, I think it looked better, but I will say...
It showed more weight and more impact, especially every time he left the ground.
I think I like the fight scenes, though, way more in this movie
than hands down.
Yeah.
And the choreography was really well done.
Yes, it was. And just... I like that when it became Superman versus Lex in real life, there is no competing. There shouldn't be. I also, like, I was just thinking of... I think it's Batman v Superman. Is that where they introduce Jesse Eisenberg as Lex?
I believe
so. I think so. And he's an awful Lex. And I love Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg is one of my favorite like side actor type people that isn't someone that I could... It's not a Tom Cruise. It's not a Brad Pitt. It's not Matt Damon. But I fucking love Jesse Eisenberg. He's in so many movies that I will watch over and over
He's
and over
the perfect
again.
Nick Frost. Because you figure Simon Pegg's always going to be the lead in any of those movies. Nick Frost is always number 2.
Yeah, but like Social Network is a phenomenal movie written by Aaron Sorkin, and I've watched that movie I don't know how many times, and his acting in that movie is superb. It's so fucking good. And there's a couple other movies that he's in that I adore, and I think his acting is just top notch. And then I don't know if it was a script, I don't know if it was what he was trying to do with the character. It was just awful. And then when Kevin Spacey was Lex Luthor in the Superman Returns movie, I didn't like that either. In Smallville, again, I liked Michael Rosenbaum's portrayal. In the old movies, I don't even remember the Lex, just because it's been so many years. Was Gene Hackman Lex one time?
Gene
Are you sure?
I don't believe he was.
Oh, God, he was definitely a villain. I thought he was the Lex who had hair. Now we're doing... Yeah, he was Lex Luthor in the Superman 1978 movie.
Man, that's before my time, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you remember.
Yeah, and he has hair. That's right. And then he doesn't have hair at the end of the movie, I think, because of everything with Superman. So, yeah, that's the Christopher Reeves movie. So, like, he played a good Lex, but, yeah, Nicholas Hoult and Michael Rosenbaum are probably my two favorite Lex. And I'm sure we're going to get more Nicholas Hoult in the coming movies. I don't know if they're going to do a Superman 2 or if it's just going to be...
a Justice League or whatever.
Yeah, we're going to see him again no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to pardon him because now that they see, like, what Superman is capable of, they're obvious. The government hates him.
Sure, or something's gonna happen, or
they're gonna introduce Amanda Waller somewhere.
Amanda Waller is
wrong
Marvel.
character, yeah.
You mean the what's the word? But they said that they showed God, what's his name? The guy who plays Crossbones in the MCU.
Rick. It's not Rick Flag.
No. Shit. He's in a lot of things I love. Did you ever see the TV show Kingdom?
No.
It's an MMA TV show, and it's even got one of the Jonas Brothers in it, but he's phenomenal in it. It's 3 or 4 seasons. It's not very long, but it's great. It's an MMA TV show that is way better than it should be.
But yeah, he was in the CIA, Pentagon/CIA. Remember?
Yeah,
he was the director of military intelligence.
Yes, him. And then the Asian guy that he was talking to that said, like, well, I hope blah, 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 because now they're running the show. Like, yes, you definitely know the government's going to get involved with the metahumans. But yeah, I went in with high expectations. Not super high, but high expectations because it's James Gunn. And if they would have just met them, I'd have been fine. They exceeded those for me. And again, it's the most fun I've had in a movie. Probably give it an 8.5 to 9. And then I saw it again and it didn't drop. And I saw it again a few days after. It didn't drop for me. Deadpool and Wolverine, I still love it. But when you go in watching it the second time and you've already seen all the cameos, like the comedy still hits for the most part, but the wow factor. They're not even cameos because they're a big part of the movie. But yeah, like all the slow-mo scenes of, oh my God, it's fucking Blade. Oh my God, it's Gambit. Oh, it's Elektra. Oh, it's X-23. Like those are such cool moments the first time. And then every time after that, you're like, okay, this scene could have been about 90 seconds quicker if it wasn't for the slow-mo walk-in. But the first time watching it was epic. Like watching that, hearing the fan reaction. Same when Spider-Man No Way Home, where they bring back Toby and they bring back Andrew. There's about a minute and a half each time where they're like, you're just waiting for the fan applause in the theater, which happened in my theater. It happened in tons of people's theater. But then when you watch it again, you're just like, let's fast forward through this a little bit. Let's skip these 90 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, you hit that 15-second fast forward a couple times.
And then you're just like, okay, we're good. Now we're back to the actual movie. This doesn't have any of those. Like, it just expects you to... Like, if you're going to cheer, you're going to cheer. We're not slowing the movie down. Like, we're not doing this for fan service.
No, it's not. It feels like the first movie I've seen in a long time that did not deliberately go out and be like, oh, look, we just happened to get so-and-so to play a random obscure character to, hype up the audience. Ooh.
Right. I do wonder, though, because they spent like $300 million to make this movie, which usually means you got to make back double because of the advertising budget to make money. And I know they've made like $200 or $300 million in the first week. So they still have to double that in the next, however, 7-8 weeks of their theater run. And I'm sure they'll get close. I hope they do it, just because the word of mouth of this movie is great. The scores online are great. So if anybody was a bit hesitant towards it, I'm sure in the next couple weeks, like, it's going to see a drop off from week 1, but I don't think it'll be a major one once we get through this weekend.
So to all 6 of you who are listening to this that haven't seen it, go fucking watch it.
If they haven't seen it, they shouldn't have been watching this podcast. We ruined the shit out of this movie. Yeah, that's what we do. We review movies and play D&D when everybody's here. And as you can see on the table, I bought the bucket, I bought the cup. Did you guys? Yeah. And then, so I did that Thursday. We went back Saturday, and I planned on paying for another drink, but using that cup and paying for popcorn and using that. But they gave it to me for free because I had already bought them. So they're like, no, you can get a free refill, and we'll fill up the bucket too.
No, I just got free. I got free shit there because I know the
Oh,
manager.
that's right, you bastard.
I paid for 2 cups and 2 buckets, got 4.
Nice. I went in at like 10 a.m. because they open at 10 now for some movies, to go buy those, because last like few times I've gone to and I've wanted
Sold
like a
out.
bucket. Yeah, like really quick.
I kind of want the Naked Gun one that's coming out, the Beaver.
The Beaver. I don't think that's a flagship one though.
No, it's
I think
an
that's an AMC. Yeah, I hate that. Like, I get it, which would make sense if we had all 3. You know, if we have an AMC theater, we have a Regal theater, and we have a flagship, and whatever else the other one is.
I'd kill for an Alamo Draft House up here.
I know. Like, the bucket for the Fantastic Four is Galactus. That's what it was. It was Galactus that was in the ocean, I'm pretty sure. Or one of the... Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's Galactus. That's in the ocean, and then they...
He's not... But he's a planet-consuming space deity.
I know, and he falls down. It's this thing. I'm pretty sure it's Galactus. Or maybe it's one of the... what are they called? Oh, what are those big fuckers called? What... Guardians of the Galaxy, they're in a place called Nowhere, which is the head of a celestial or a head of a, so maybe it's a celestial instead. I don't know. I'm butchering this because I can't remember, and I didn't really want to think about
the Eternals ever again.
Right. And then they paid it off eventually, like 4 years later in Captain America: Brave New World, because that's how they introduced adamantium. Did I say that right?
Adamantium.
There it is. I was like, I knew I said that wrong. Because they get it from this celestial or whatever the hell he is. Anyway.
I'm still disappointed we never did the summer movie draft, because I would have been killing it with Superman.
I thought about that too, because I've seen some other people on like TikTok and things do something similar to that about what movies they picked. To be fair, what was the movie that just came out a few months ago that was made a shit ton of money? It was a kids movie.
Yeah, not
Elio. Elio apparently bombed, although I liked it.
I never saw it.
Yeah, we
had no interest.
We brought the kids, and like they really liked it, and it was fine. But there was some kids movie that came out this year because it's the #1 movie right now. I think Lilo and Stitch is #2, but there's a
which is depressing because that is trash.
Although you say it's trash, it's got good reviews from both critics and audience.
The entire message of the movie's gone.
I also heard there's a lot of like soulless performances from everybody.
It's the same way that Beauty and the Beast, the
live action with Emma Watson,
was so popular when it came out, and then immediately after it left theaters, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that was a thing."
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same thing.
Well, I mean, Aladdin. Which
there was no
better.
hype for Aladdin.
I think Aladdin's made the most money out of any of their live actions.
Lion King, I thought did.
I think Aladdin overtook Lion King, but Lion King also was awful. There are no emotions in any of these characters' faces.
That's what they wanted,
animals.
because they have to be animals.
The whole point of the animated, you get to see the emotion. I got to feel Simba be sad that his dad died and he thought he did it. You don't see that at all. Like, literally, he's standing on his dad. He's just like, Dad. I'm like, where's the emotion? It was so bad.
All I can think is the old meme, Father, help.
So what?
It's an old meme of just...
I don't know what meme you're talking about,
Old internet.
Old internet. Back in the dial-up days.
Yep. Back before memes were called memes.
But yeah, so I went there early to try to buy those. And they're like, oh, we can't sell them until half an hour before the movie. I was like, fuck it, I'll just hope that I come back and they're available, and they were.
Yeah, they had plenty.
Yeah, they definitely made sure they had enough, because when we went back on Saturday, they still had some. But most of the time, like if we don't see a movie Thursday or Friday,
I was gonna say, if
they're
you
gone.
need stuff like that, just
well, that's what you told me. But then there was one time, but they didn't have the right bucket or the right
that was
whatever.
the AMC, because that was the AMC one.
Oh, and I was sad because it was the Deadpool Wolverine.
Yep.
I wanted that bucket so fucking bad. I did get the stupid cup thing, which was fine. I still have it, but it's not.
It's not a popcorn bucket.
Not the popcorn bucket with the mouth wide open, which just looks hilarious that you're just reaching into his mouth where it looks like he's doing something explicit to get the popcorn. Hilarious. But I will say that popcorn bucket looks really good. The drink is fine. It doesn't work because you can light it up. I should have turned the light on. When there's liquid in it, it doesn't look as good. When that looks great. Put liquid in it, you can't see shit. Like it does not light up like that.
I had lemonade in mine, and it was
it
was too opaque.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I had Pepsi in it both times, and it's too dark. It can't see through it. But the bucket does look good. Bucket did look really good. But yeah, it was a good time. Everybody in the theater that we went with, everybody was fine. So Kayla's youngest, who is 8 years old, went to the movie with us, and we went at 6:45. We get towards the tail end of the movie where Superman is fighting his clone, and the clone is kicking his ass. Mm-hmm. And about 10 minutes before that, he rolls over and puts his head on the thing. I think he's fallen asleep because it's too late for him. Apparently he hasn't, and then he just starts crying. So I thought he had a bad dream or something. Nope. He was crying because Superman was getting his ass kicked. Aww. So I had to lift him up and hold him because he's crying in the theater. So I'm trying to calm him down and not have him ruin it for everybody else. And he's not a baby, so I'm not going to if it was a baby, I'd take the baby out of the theater. I also would never bring a baby into a theater because I'm not a jackass. But so I have him on me and I have to spend time calming him down, and it took until the dog started beating up Lex for him to snap out of it and laugh. But I was just I seriously thought he had a bad dream or a nightmare. What's
movie.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's well deserved. That was
I haven't watched it yet.
Really, really good.
I heard it's basically the exact first.
It is
movie.
100% the exact same movie.
Which is
there
good.
is no change to the story whatsoever.
That's good. That's what they should do. I get
if
that
they did it with Lilo and Stitch, I'd be happy.
I get that they want to change some stuff. Aladdin, for the most part, is basically a shot for shot done. They fuck up a couple things, but it's almost...
they hired Will Smith.
Yeah, that I didn't. He wasn't a bad genie, but no one touches Robin Williams. That's the hard part about something like that.
I still would have picked anybody but Will Smith.
Yeah, well, I would have picked someone who's more about improv. I would have let him riff like Robin Williams did.
Fucking, as you said, improv. Colin Mockery is the genie.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. But no, somebody that's into that because that was one of the things where they just let him go, and eventually once they figured out this is good dialogue, they just had the animators animate it.
Honestly, give it to Gabriel Iglesias or someone an actual comedian, not Will Smith.
Sure, I wouldn't have done Gabriel though.
I'm just using that as an example.
Sure, but I would have done somebody like SNL people that are big in improv, or even the older people that did improv.
Sandberg.
What?
So it's not Sandberg.
No. I would have thought. I think his name's Bobby something from SNL. He's a bigger guy with a little bit of curly hair. He would have been fine with it, or even if they use somebody from In Living Color that's still around. Honestly, Jim Carrey. If you can give it to another person that's in Robin Williams.
He was retired at that time.
I know, but then he wasn't, because then he did Sonic, and then he did Sonic 2, and then he did Sonic 3.
And he's retired again.
Yeah, I know.
Until Sonic 4.
4, yeah.
Which they spoiled, and...
It's fine. The first one was good.
All three Sonics were good, actually.
Second one was okay. Third one was okay. I wasn't mad about any of them, but... It's very hard to recapture the first one. Because the first one, I was like, this movie's going to suck. And I was like, that was good. Second one, I kind of had that expectation of it's going to be good, and it was. So I think it was because I had such low expectations.
They're all perfectly solid movies. They're all 7s for me.
I feel like 7's high. I might give the first one a 7 and the other one 6s, and I might even go less than or I might go like 7, 6.5, 6. So they're slowly going down.
Jim Carrey playing off of himself in the third one
had moments of being good, but it's just I didn't like the story.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like the first one, I actually liked the story. Like I was very good. The second one, no. I didn't like the story in the second one, but I did like Knuckles. I liked Idris Elba being Knuckles. I didn't think Keanu Reeves did a great Shadow.
Yeah,
like his portrayal wasn't amazing.
The lack of any emotion,
which I think was the intention, but it's still like it didn't land.
Because Keanu Reeves has some pretty emotional roles.
Oh, yeah. I love him in some of his roles.
I just don't think he'd be a good voice actor.
Yeah, like, I think you got to see his face and see, like, his mannerisms. But anyway, we have gotten off track.
We were going to keep going off topic every 5 seconds. Don't you feel bad? With nobody to rein me in, man, my brain goes in a million places.
But, so we got Fantastic Four. I don't think the group's going to get together to see it. I think everybody's going to see it.
Separate.
Yeah, separately. And then I don't think there's another movie coming out for a while. That's like a Marvel or DC one.
Oh, come on. You don't want to go see Toxic Avenger?
That looks funny. It does look funny.
If it didn't have Peter Dinklage, I'd be more excited.
I loved him. In Game of Thrones season 1, 2, and 3, he is so fucking good. Throws that show on his back, especially in season 2. And then he's been in some other ones that are really good, but like...
His track record with movies is absolute dog shit.
He is great in Elf. Elf.
Sure.
Places you'd like, oh, he's an angry little elf. But yeah, I agree. Like he hasn't been in too many movies where I've been like, hey, this. It's mostly been the TV show. But we'll see. He's now in the new Dexter show. They haven't introduced him yet, but he's supposed to be like the main thing, so I'm a little bit interested in that. Like you never know how it's gonna be. We'll see.
Yeah. Never seen Dexter, so
oh god, it's so good. It's so good. Especially the first few seasons. Like season 1 is really good, season 2 is pretty good, season 3 is okay, I think, if I'm trying to remember season 3. Season 4 is one of the best seasons they've ever done, because that's the Trinity Killer with John Lithgow, and John Lithgow is a fucking legend. Season 5 is really fucking bad. Season 6, back to being good. Season 7, really fucking bad.
The only thing I know about Dexter is the surprise motherfucker.
Oh god, they just redid that too because he got shot and he's like having hallucination and he's talking to like all the people from his past in this new show called Dexter Resurrections, and so he pulls back the curtain. He's like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" And I was like, I love that they did that again because it's so good. There's this guy that has like I think it's a YouTube or it's a Vine where he does a bunch of different ones.
Hard eyes, motherfucker.
Yeah,
large fries.
Yes, it's so fucking funny. It's so good. But yeah, so we'll see how that is. But that's my point. Like, that's not till I think November or December.
No, it's way far off.
Yeah,
I was looking at the movie list, and there's really nothing that's catching my interest.
No, like Fantastic Four for me.
I'm only gonna see it because everybody else is going to.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh my god, that's what I gotta do. I want to go see F1. I have to message my cousins about it. We're supposed to go see it Sunday, but I had to wait until the movie schedule got put out. But I want to see that Formula One. It looked decent.
It got decent reviews.
Has it? I've tried to stay away from that. But yeah. All right. Any final thoughts about Superman before we wrap this up?
Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it is the thing. Like, go in with whatever expectations you have. It should at least meet them, and just go in having fun. Like, you're not going to get this super serious, even though there are some serious tones for it, especially like the scene where I love that the background of it is that big giant fight. Mm-hmm. And he's just having that conversation with Lois.
Yeah, the breakup scene.
Yes, that isn't a breakup scene, but it is. Like, it's a great scene, and it's also like, I love the thing going on behind him, and he doesn't have to go do that. He's like, they got this. We have to deal with whatever this is.
Yeah, I love how he's like, oh, it's just whatever. They got that handled.
Yeah, they got that. Like, if it was a bigger threat, maybe I'd go help, but I know they can handle it type of thing. I like that. But yeah, definitely go see it. It'll live up to any expectations. It's just go in expecting to have fun. You'll have fun.
It's the best movie I've seen in theaters in probably 15 years.
So for me, it's probably like No Way Home. I think is a better movie than this, which is the Spider-Man with all the Spider-Man. Like I think it's a better movie. So that was, let's see, COVID was 2020.
That's true. Hold on, let me clarify. I would put this just below Into the Spider-Verse and the first one.
Oh, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like those... It's so funny. I remember seeing the first one in theaters with nobody else. Like, there was people in the theater, but I mean, like, Mike didn't want to go. Corey didn't want to go. It was before I was, like, better friends with Mike, but, like, Corey didn't want to go, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going. I don't care. And it was amazing. And seeing it in theaters was awesome. So we went and saw the second one in theater, and everybody fucking loved it. And I can't wait for the third one. But it was one of those movies where just like, yeah, there's something special here. Which there's not many movies where you watch and you go, there's definitely something special here.
But out of the past 15 years, those are the top 3 I've seen. Yeah. And it's weird that they're all superhero movies.
Yeah, that might be what you're into too. Maybe.
They haven't had a good epic fantasy like Lord of the Rings since Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's fair. And The Hobbit wasn't like Hobbit was okay. Fine. Yeah, but it wasn't like
Green Knight was okay.
Never saw a Green Knight.
It was okay.
Okay. But all right, we're gonna wrap this up. Next week we should hopefully be back, do another D&D campaign, and then a week or two after that.
If not, we'll just dogpile Corey.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, and then eventually we'll probably do the review of Fantastic Four as well, which I have. My expectations are about the same they were for Superman, where I'm expecting them to be at least good, and I'm hoping to come out of it being great. But after seeing Superman, I don't see how it beats Superman. Like,
I'm expecting to be annoyed.
By annoyed? Yeah, maybe.
About the entirety of it.
Hopefully not.
Because the guy they got to play Ben...
Pedro Pascal is fine.
No, the guy they got to play Ben Grimm, the Thing.
What's wrong with him?
Awful fucking voice. Could have just still been Michael Chiklis.
That I agree with. It needs to be gravelly. Absolutely needs to be gravelly. Because you're a rock, sir. Like, I don't care. Just make it a rock. But it's not... But I like the actor that plays him.
Make it Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Make it Michael Chiklis again. Make it someone.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis would have been good again, just for fun. But yeah, all right. Well, you good?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, we will be back next week.